First application I would like to share with you today is Tracker for ArcGIS. Tracker is a powerful new application that allows you to share your location and is available on both Android and iOS devices. The important thing to know is that as a user, everything is controlled by you right from the application. Simply turn tracking off and turn it back on again. And so you don't forget, you can set reminders to notify you when to start and when to stop tracking. At the bottom of the screen, you can see there's a timestamp. This allows me to know when my track information has been securely stored within my enterprise. Tracks can also be stored on the device for up to 72 hours. This allows me to work disconnected when needed. I can view my tracks for today, yesterday, the last couple of days, and the last 72 hours. In addition to the field application, within our enterprise, we have a Track Viewer web application. It is an app designed to help administrators both configure, share, and visualize track data. So this is what you see when you open up a track view. We're looking at some data around my hometown collected by the European National Government team. On the left-hand side, we have a user panel which allows us to select individual users, and when we do so, their tracks get painted with their color. Similar to the field app, we can filter tracks over a time period. By default, we have 8 hours. We can use pre-select times to show me the last 24 hours or the last 48 hours. We can also use the drop-down calendars to actually customize the dates we want to see. We can also filter track data by the activity we were undertaking, such as when I was driving or when I was walking. If I zoom into an individual track, we'll see each individual point that has made up that track data. I can click on an individual point and I can see who was at that location, what time they were at that location, the current battery life on their device, and the activity they were doing. In this case, I was walking in a southwesterly direction. With all that track data stored in our system, we now can analyze that track data. So here I'm going to use the Jupyter Notebook to have a look at some of our track data. First of all, I download a particular area I want, and I can zoom in and see each individual track within that data set. I can apply renderers to the track, such as a heat map, to see popular areas. In this case, I knew I had a new puppy, and I'd been walking out to a local field to take it out for a walk. We also apply analysis. So in this case, we're using aggregate tools to create bins, hexagon bins, of my data. The darker the color, the more points within that hexagon bin. We can also take the individual points and reconstruct them back to their individual lines. Using some of the other attribute data that has been collected on each point, we can actually create other graphs. In this case, I'm looking at my battery life and my accuracy of each point. Lastly, I want to analyze some data from my drive to work. So here I can symbolize that data. The darker the color, the faster I was driving. And I can also apply some calculations on that data to work out when I was accelerating hard or slowing down. So here in green is when I've been accelerating, and in red is when I've been braking. I can also just filter out those individual areas where I brake hard. The last example I want to show is how we can use location tracking within inside an operations dashboard. So here we have a number of people doing a canvas operation looking for a missing child. I can see where all my people have been, and more importantly, where they haven't been. So I can identify areas that haven't been searched, and because this is all being done in real time, I can now allocate the nearest resource to go and search that area. The next application I'd like to share is ArcGIS Excalibur. Through ArcGIS Excalibur, Esri is extending its support for working with imagery of all types through a modern web-based experience. First and foremost, we want to make it easy for users to search and discover imagery. For instance, I can set, adjust, and apply filters directly to my search to filter out the results that I want. I can dynamically preview the entire image, allowing me to perform visual inspection. In addition, I can view the complete metadata to gain a full understanding about the image. Once I'm happy that the content of the imagery satisfies my requirements, I can quickly connect the image to the canvas to begin my work. The connected image is displayed in map coordinate space. This means the image is being rectified on the fly to match the image to the ground, aligning it to the map. Working with highly oblique imagery in this map space often results in visual distortion. ArcGIS now offers the capability to work with highly oblique imagery in its natural perspective. I can apply enhancements such as DRA and gamma to the image, adjusting only those pixels in my current view. I can utilize mensuration tools to measure objects in my view once all the enhancements have been made. The measurements are calculated based on the underlying sensor model, and the results are returned on the fly, saving time and enhancing this type of exploitation workflow. Another key capability of this web-based experience is a way for users to assemble and organize all resources required to complete an imagery-based task in a single location called a project. Users can view initial details about the project and immediately open one up to begin their work. Reference layers overlaid on top of the image can be toggled on and off to help orientate the user. Since I'm instructed with collecting observations, I can utilize my observation tools to begin my work. A palette displays a list of icons per observation type, and in this instance of damage type. After identifying a damaged facility within the image, I can click on the corresponding icon and click directly on the image to collect the observation. A form displays, allowing me to enter additional information about my observation. I can utilize drop-downs to further simplify the workflow. In addition to the manual fields, there are a set of fields that are auto-populated for the user, which are key to observation-type workflows. Once all the information is filled out, I can submit the observation to be written to the system of record, to become readily available by others inside my organization to use in downstream analysis. What I'm showing here are the observations being made by a number of analysts immediately available within inside an operations dashboard. We look forward to seeing how you can incorporate ArcGIS Excalibur into your workflows. Thank you.